Namaste. Hello, friends. It's Amber Jean, and here we are today in my beautiful yoga off studio right here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is my home base. This is where I teach and practice and where it all happens, okay? So today I was just going to take you through a basic sun salutation. I want to thank you all for joining today. You can always, hit that like and subscribe button. But also, if you want to donate for the live tutorials, there's a link for the Venmo. Okay. So let's go ahead and start in standing. Okay. So just go ahead and take some space to stand up. Okay. Okay, great. So take some space to stand up and bring your big toes together and roll the thighs in. When you roll the thighs in, you're going to create an internal rotation for a forward bend. So we want the toes to roll in, the heels out. Inhale, bring your arms up, reach, pull in your core as you fold. Good. Keep folding. Take your hands to the floor. Okay. So when you first start, your knees are going to be bent. Over time, you'll be able to fold in. Good. And so this is where I'm really using my Uddiyana Bandha. I'm drawing my abdomen in and back. See how that kind of puffs up my lower back a little bit? And then folding. Good. And then so we're going to inhale, look up, and then step into a plank. All right, so this is your plank position. You want to be careful that your hips aren't sagging. You want to just stay even in one line. And for yoga push-up, we squeeze the elbows in and lower down. And you want to check that your hands are right underneath your shoulders. And that's going to be your upward dog position. So we're going to inhale, lift the chest. Good, getting the knees off the floor and then look up, inhale. And exhale, curl those toes, pushing the hips up evenly, downward dog. Lengthen your spine, tuck your head, and take 5 breaths. You can bend the knees here. You want to just really keep reaching your sits bones up as high as they'll go. Gaze between the hands and inhale, step forward. Big toes towards each other, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise to standing. Exhale, return the arms to your sides, okay? So that's called Surya Namaskara A, okay? And Surya Namaskara A is the foundation of Ashtanga Yoga, okay? And in Ashtanga, that's how we warm up, okay? So we're going to do another sun salutation A, okay? So coming forward to the top of our mat, big toes together. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale. Now bring your palms in front of your chest as you fold. Go slow, fingertips to the floor. Tuck your head. Look up. Step to plank. Squeeze elbows in, push up. And inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, lift through the hips. Breathe here. Take one more deep breath. Look between the hands. Inhale, step forward, lengthen, and fold. Ground your feet. Inhale, raise up, palms together. Exhale, arms to sides. Okay? So that's the Surya Namaskar A. And ideally, you want to warm up your routine with about 3 of those. So let's go ahead and do one more. My main tip is, we're really working to push the hands together. And, so really reaching and pushing your hands together is going to help strengthen your arms and your shoulders. Okay. So we're going to come up here. Here we are. Ready? Inhale, arms up, squeeze the hands together. Good. Abdomen pulls in and back. Fold forward. Look up. Ready? Place the hands flat. So this is where you want to bend the knees and jump and lower. Eventually we go right into that push-up. And inhale, climb on the palms, lift your chest. Exhale, raise those hips to down dog. Good. And then jump to seated. Whee! So in my Emerson's yoga program, I like to layer in some core work sometimes between the Sun A and the Sun B. And so it's a little different than Rocket, okay? So it just feels really good, all right? That's why I like to teach this way. So we're gonna bring those legs out, inhale, arms up, warm up your forward bend, grab your toes, look up, exhale, lengthen forward. Good, and then we're gonna roll back onto our back, okay? So just do a Pilates roll back here. Good, and now inhale, take that right leg up, flex the heel, draw a hip circle. Bend the knee, roll the knee over to the side so you get a nice stretch in your lower back. Open up the right arm. Good, and then we're gonna come back down onto our back and do the other side, left side. Now this is where you're warming your hips up and your abdomen is pulling in and down. And then go the other way. Getting these beautiful rays of light as we bend the knee. Roll the knee to the right. Open out your left arm to the left. And inhale and come back to center. Good. So lift your legs straight up. Paddle your hands up and down, okay? We're going to go lower and switch back and forth. Good. So as women practicing, I just feel we always need a little extra core work. So if you've had children, you know what I'm talking about. I call it the kangaroo pouch. Feet up, lace your hands behind your head. Lift the shoulders, lower that right leg, and now back and forth. Grab those legs and roll yourself into seated. Okay, great. Now let's see here. So take your legs out in front of you, okay? This is gonna work on the obliques a little bit. So palms together, right arm comes behind us. And we just wanna reach and turn together and switch. core warm up. And exhale. Good. Take it easy here. All right. So let's actually stay on the floor. So this is kind of a fun, different practice. We're just kind of loosening up and working some core work. Okay. So we're going to take our right leg and we're going to bring it up. So first, flexibility. Lift that right leg and exhale. Bring your head in towards your knee. Go ahead and bend up that other foot. Ready? Mountain climber. Climb down, reach, roll, roll, come up. Come down, come up. Come down, come up. Come down, come up. Good, and then just stretch it out here. Switch sides and stretch it out. Relax your shoulders and then mountain climb down and up. So this is really just what my body needs this evening. Is not really a hard rocket practice, but just kind of getting some movement in. I'm actually going to a meditation class tonight. Something that I've been getting back into is my Buddhism studies. So notice I'm kind of rounding my back here. So this is the Pilates rollback and up. And stretch. Keep working that core. Good, and release. Okay, so now go ahead. I would consider this some cross training. Emerson's cross training for sure. Widen your feet. Take one hand on top of the other and just stretch out first. Ready? Stretch. Inhale up. Ready? Arms in a T. Cross over. Tap. Center cross. Center cross. This is really rejuvenating on the kidneys and it just feels great. So I'm really working on finding that twist from my center. Good. And then go ahead and side stretch it out. Side stretch the other way. Good. And come back up to center. Good. So we're going to pause there this evening. Just, getting a nice little 10 minutes of movement in, maybe a little bit more, depending if you pause there. Go ahead and complete with a nice butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together. And exhale, lengthen. So just little things like this, it's going to create consistency. So, just little mini 10-minute tutorials. And the story that I was wanting to tell you is I keep thinking about Vancouver. So I've gone to Vancouver many times. Larry Schultz had a yoga studio in Vancouver in 2002. And I flew up there with my partner and my baby. So I would travel and teach with he was only 1 year old when we traveled up to Vancouver. And the studio was huge, as all of Larry's studios were. And underneath it, it had this amazing natural food store called Sweet Cherub. And Sweet Cherub, I remember I had a big glass of soy milk. It was one of the first restaurants I had ever gone to that served soy milk. And they also had natural, like little date balls. And I know, like, in today's scene, you can find these more natural foods everywhere. But back then, you couldn't find really natural foods everywhere. You had to seek them out. And so this was kind of really the very beginnings of my yoga. It was immediately getting into the yoga lifestyle, okay? Eating the food and doing the thing. And this is Julia. She was raised here at Yoga Off. This is all she knows is being a yoga studio kitty. And she loves it so, don't you, baby? Look at you making your looking so pretty for the camera. Look at her. Isn't that adorable? So my next 5-day training is here in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's going to be a 5-day Emerson's yoga training, and it's in June. Okay, it's the last 5 days in June, and we're going to be focusing on, a quick overview of Ashtanga, the Larry Schultz rocket system, cross training, and making you feel more comfortable to teach. Ideally, you would take my Emerson's Yoga 50-hour training after you finish a 200-hour training, or you could just come and deepen your practice. So I'm going to be, just working on getting people enrolled in that training for the next couple months. And if you have any questions, you can always DM me. And be inspired, everybody. It's sometimes you have to follow your heart in life, okay? And for me, following my heart has been following a path of instructing yoga, even though sometimes it's a very challenging career and you have to embrace the yoga lifestyle, that there is going to be uncertainty. But it's also can be very fulfilling helping other people. So be inspired, everybody, and thanks for joining the live today. And the sun came out for us. Wasn't that so beautiful?